This is Fox 46 News at 5:30.
Now at 5:30, week 2 is in the books for the trial against Unite the Right organizers in Charlottesville. From the looks of things, this trial could be lasting longer than many thought. That could be because the plaintiffs are allowing the defendants to kind of use the stand as their own soapbox.
Well, it's something they also hope that could help them lead them to a conviction. And today, our legal correspondent, Seema Iyer, was inside the courtroom as one defendant stepped down and another stepped forward. And Seema joins us now live in Charlottesville. Seema, one of the defendants here is an outspoken white supremacist, Dr. Michael Hill.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering about that title, Seema. What kind of doctor is Hill anyway?
I know you both are probably freaking out. Well, he is an academic doctor. He taught British history at a historically black college in Alabama. I think it's called Stillman. And he taught there for decades, but at some point, he left. He kept his racist views to himself, and he created this organization, co-founded rather, the League of the South, and he created that in 1994 with his partner. And at one point, they played a video of him saying that the Holocaust was a con game. He also said Jews were his enemies. But one stirring rendition on the stand was when he stated his pledge. I pledge to be a white supremacist, a racist, and an anti-Semite, a homophobe, xenophobe, Islamophobe, and any other kind of phobe. It really threw me. I thought at one point this was a joke, a sick joke, that he was actually saying these words. I also want to point out that it was a great contrast. And when I say great, I mean grand contrast from Richard Spencer, who's very conversational and swarthy, whereas this guy, he was loud. His voice was thunderous and almost bombastic in an offensive way, guys.
Yeah, kind of getting everything in the courtroom there. A lot of fascinating testimony over the past few days.
Yeah, Seema, and what can we expect to happen next week?
Okay, well, next week, I'm assuming they're still going to get through their plaintiffs because it seems like they've gotten through more individual defendants than plaintiffs, and there's still several plaintiffs left. Also, let me point out, there are 2 experts that are yet to testify. One expert is, or 1 or 2 experts, I believe, co-authored a report regarding the language they use in social media, the code language, and almost to decipher this white supremacy conversations that happen on their chat channels. There's also an expert that's to testify who's going to reconstruct the scene of the Unite the Right rally and that fatal car crash that killed Heather Heyer and injured 35 others. Guys.
Years ago to watch that video is still very, very jarring from 2017. And also, after a string of defendants today, another plaintiff has taken the stand, Thomas Baker.
Yeah, Seema, where is he in his questioning, and what kind of claims is he making?
Well, I left when Chris Cantwell was still cross-examining him, and you guys know by now Chris Cantwell could very well be cross-examining him into Monday, but most of the other defendants, they just went through it. So he went there to support his community. Early on in his testimony, he said that during the rally, it was clear that the aggression was one-sided. That was certainly a gut punch to the defense. He also talked about how he was hurled into the air. He suffered a concussion, severe injuries that required major surgery. To this day, guys, he still cannot run, he cannot jump, he cannot even stand for a long time. And he told the jury that his injuries were permanent, that he believes at this point, at this moment, he will never be well again, guys.
So he's going to suffer lifelong for that one. Seema Iyer, thank you so much for joining us and giving us the latest as this trial is in week 2.
Yeah, it's certainly been a long week. Heard from Seema, this trial is really only just getting started.
Yeah, and Fox 46 chief legal expert Seema Iyer is one of only a handful of journalists from across the country allowed inside the courtroom for the Unite the Right trial. She will continue to bring us exclusive new details from inside the courtroom throughout the trial right here on Fox 46 News.